hold your phone, still you're a good sniper.
Okay, on top.
always been kind of an Apple nerd. As a genius, it was just different than what I expected.
Featuring real former geniuses.
Samsung is way farther ahead with their tech, so how can I be a genius?
Former Genius. Get the full story at samsung.com/formergenius.
At Central Market, we're here to help you brine and shine this holiday season. Nobody has a bigger or better selection of festive, flavorful fare than our butchers. Take your pick of top-tier turkeys, including Mary's all-natural, diesel organic heirloom, and hickory smoked Greenberg turkeys. Revel in our crown rib roasts or racks of lamb. And make sure you save space for our honey-cured hams, fire-glazed in store. So if you want to turn every holiday meal into a merry masterpiece, it's got to be Central Market. Shop now at centralmarket.com.
Connection, opportunity, possibility. It's what we all want. Spectrum has built a world where anything is possible, with products and services designed to work better together for a seamless connectivity experience. A connection to family and friends, a connection to education, and a connection to new opportunities. So there's no limit to how big we can dream. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
shipping? No. Me neither. I should try the fair tomorrow at Chatsford. It's bigger than this. To the side of Weatherbury. Thanks, sir.
Airlines is returning to Patrick Leahy Burlington International Airport on December 20th with the launch of non-stop service to Orlando and Tampa. Skip the long drive to and from Boston and fly to Florida non-stop on Frontier Airlines, where you'll get low fares, great deals, and cheap flights. Why drive to fly? Get away for less this winter. Book your next trip on Frontier Airlines non-stop to Orlando and Tampa from Leahy BTV at flybtv.com. That's flybtv.com. Why drive to fly?
What comes to mind when you hear the word gratitude? Maybe it's a daily practice, or maybe it feels hard to be grateful right now. Don't forget to give yourself some thanks by investing in your well-being. BetterHelp is the largest online therapy provider in the world, connecting you to qualified professionals via phone, video, or message chat. Let the gratitude flow. Tap now or visit betterhelp.com/Spotify Music to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Spotify Music.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/campaign to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be.
When you're that big, it's just rude. Cause my mass is so low, why'd you eat me? Oh, why'd you eat me? Hope you run into a virus, why'd you eat me? Oh, Gario, why'd you eat me? Gonna play coronavirus, takes over me. There's no compromising when I play it. Trying to catch doggy, but he's too far. So I hit double, you tried to bait him. And then I hit spacebar Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you can save some cash? Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you buy and auto policies. The process only takes minutes and could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this trip to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month when bundled plus a 3-year price guarantee. Visit Spectrum.com. Offer subject to change. Based on eligibility requirements, valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply. 5.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/campaign to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be.
Airlines is returning to Patrick Leahy Burlington International Airport on December 20th with the launch of non-stop service to Orlando and Tampa. Skip the long drive to and from Boston and fly to Florida non-stop on Frontier Airlines, where you'll get low fares, great deals, and cheap flights. Why drive to fly? Get away for less this winter. Book your next trip on Frontier Airlines non-stop to Orlando and Tampa from Leahy BTV at flybtv.com. That's flybtv.com. Why drive to fly?
Skipping cold and flu season is Plan A. But if you do get sick, be prepared for Plan B with Kleenex Lotion Tissues. Kleenex Lotion Tissues moisturize skin, helping prevent the added discomfort of red, irritated skin on top of your cold and flu symptoms. So this cold and flu season, grab Kleenex Lotion Tissues. Visit Kleenex.com to learn more and buy now. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Creating your own business is everything. Getting it registered and compliant, not so much. LegalZoom has everything you need to launch, run, and protect your business, all in one place. LegalZoom has already helped launch, run, and protect millions of businesses. LegalZoom, now you're in business. Get everything you need from setup to success at LegalZoom.com. LegalZoom provides access to independent attorneys and self-service tools. LegalZoom is not a law firm and does not provide legal advice, except where authorized through its subsidiary law firm, LZ Legal Services, LLC.
Connection, opportunity, possibility. It's what we all want. Spectrum has built a world where anything is possible, with products and services designed to work better together for a seamless connectivity experience. A connection to family and friends, a connection to education, and a connection to new opportunities. So there's no limit to how big we can dream. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Oh, the schedule this season is frightful, but Central Market makes every holiday meal delightful. From merry mains like oven-roasted turkeys, fire-glazed spiral-cut hams, and herb-crusted beef tenderloin to a sleigh full of sides, signature pies, and desserts as only Central Market can make them. Find all the best ingredients to make an epic feast, or get our chefs a-chefing to make your whole meal. If you want only the best for all your love yums, it's got to be Central Market. Shop now at centralmarket.com.
This year, I was really going for the big, oh my gosh, I can't believe it, I'm obsessed reactions from every member of my family. And Walmart really helped me nail it.
No way, honey, the new Apple Watch Series 10?
Dude, Mom, a Hot Wheels bike?
This Keurig makes iced coffee? OMG, you get it. Once I heard her call her winter gloves iced coffee mitts, it all became clear.
At Walmart, we have the brands they love for the gifts and show you get them, so you can nail the big reactions from the whole fam.
wake up in the morning, everything is slow. When I open up my eyes, one sip of water, 2 breaths of a share. Look to the east and I think God I'm alive. I'm talking and walking and not doing invaded of the people that are so happy in my life. You know the vibe? I don't even try, yeah. I don't even try, yeah. Look at myself in the mirror, so I'm looking at light through my own eyes. Thinking about Gucci, it's ugly, I'm sure I the money. If it's stupid, you know I vibe. People be fried, spend the rest of the block. Just like that when I wake up and breathe. 2020 hits my mind, I woke with your blind. I can put that line. I'm in the beat, I make the rap. I cannot do more than that. Hop on the track and I snap like a cat. Give me a break, make it fast. I ain't just beat up my breakfast. I've been eventually tested, speaking that shit, this so reckless. Let's go. Yeah. Lunchtime, so you know we had to get the beat cooking. My life is a one-way mirror, keep looking. I don't share secrets, I keep them within. My method, my motion, my logic within. Come right the way before it's too late. Strangers will love me, our homies will hate. The month is October and it's getting colder, but homie leaves, then they fall on the face. Yeah. If I'm getting cash, I'm stacking the money. If I'm getting love, sweet as the honey. I'm like Cooker Smile, anything funny. You see, I'm the boss, I'm running my life. Executive, I ain't out here running around like a little kid. I gotta stay focused. I was in my studio, I was saving bread when I wrote this. Let's go. I'm in the beat, I'm in the rap. I cannot do more than that. I'm on the track and I snap like a cat. Give me a break, make it fast. I ain't just beat up like breakfast. I'm gonna eventually test it. Speaking that shit, this so reckless. When I'm running chicken dinner, that's me. Vibe on this beat while I enter verse 3. The one up my shirt, so I shoot for the stars. I'm taking always hoping to run them all. Positive thinking is what I promote. If you ain't with it, then go grab your coat. Don't curse in my lyrics, my mouth clear so. Be cautious of others, the world needs some hope. Yeah, that's all that I'm saying, and if you ain't with it, you must be a joke. I rise and I run with my growth on the slow. This energy movement is making me flow. So love to my movement, you see that I do this. I'm selling the whips and I'm selling these beats. I go with my team, I keep it the beam. Turn up to my song if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm in the beat, I'm in the rap. I cannot do more than that.
returning to Patrick Leahy Burlington International Airport on December 20th with the launch of non-stop service to Orlando and Tampa. Skip the long drive to and from Boston and fly to Florida non-stop on Frontier Airlines, where you'll get low fares, great deals, and cheap flights. Why drive to fly? Get away for less this winter. Book your next trip on Frontier Airlines non-stop to Orlando and Tampa from Leahy BTV at flybtv.com. That's flybtv.com. Why drive to fly?
Target Black Friday deals are here. Get up to 50% off tech, video games, toys, small appliances, holiday trees, and more. Plus, save on the essentials to get your house ready for the season. Save more on gifts with Black Friday deals. Happier holidays from Target. Restrictions apply.
Purchase new wiper blades from O'Reilly Auto Parts today and we'll install them for free. See better and drive safer with O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey Spotifyers, click or tap the banner to listen to Dinner with Friends, the perfect soundtrack to those long nights over dinner. Brought to you by our friends at Ziploc. Do what's best with the rest.
You gotta stop reading those magazines. They're not that much. Nothing compared to yours. I'm sold journals. I make it big, right? Yes, of course, but is that going to be enough for you? I mean, you want to be an uncle all your life? You have some children of your own. You share my place? Yeah. Well, that's true. You don't have to stop being a child in order to be a good father. Wow. You're ready to be a husband. Well, you're a bright, attractive young man. Thank you, Katie. Why aren't you interested in finding a long-term live-in lady? Katie, every day I go to my office, and every day I listen to dissatisfied couples of every age, race, and socioeconomic strata complain about their marriages. And every day someone manages to set some new record in passive aggression, abuse, neglect. Do I want that in my life? Do I need it? No, thank you. I give it to the office. Well, I guess I'm just selfish. I've raised you since you were in diapers. And I'd like to see your children while I still have my faculties.
Hey, Spotifyers! Click or tap the banner to listen to Feel Good Dinner, an uplifting yet tasteful dinner playlist with a guaranteed feel-good vibe. Brought to you by Gold Peak Tea. Real is gold.
Hey, Red, want to know my milk chocolate M&M's ritual?
Oh, this'll be good.
First, I crack into the crispy shell. Then I let the delicious milk chocolate melt in my mouth.
Or you could just eat them.
Wow. Milk chocolate M&M's for all fun kind.
Connection, opportunity, possibility. It's what we all want. Spectrum has built a world where anything is possible, with products and services designed to work better together for a seamless connectivity experience. A connection to family and friends, a connection to education, and a connection to new opportunities. So there's no limit to how big we can dream. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Another year, another gift swap at work. But this time, I stopped by Walmart. And what my coworkers don't know is, one of them will get a gift so good, there might be an office-wide email about it.
Mini waffle maker! Oh, goodbye, stale break room bagels.
Can you leave that here, please?
Is there another one in there? Just the reaction I was hoping for.
At Walmart, we have the brands they love for the gifts that show you get them. Especially when you want to show out at the gift swap.
Frontier Airlines is returning to Patrick Leahy Burlington International Airport on December 20th with the launch of non-stop service to Orlando and Tampa. Skip the long drive to and from Boston and fly to Florida non-stop on Frontier Airlines, where you'll get low fares, great deals, and cheap flights. Why drive to fly? Get away for less this winter. Book your next trip on Frontier Airlines non-stop to Orlando and Tampa from Leahy BTV at flybtv.com. That's flybtv.com. Why drive to fly?
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/campaign to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month with bundle plus a 3-year price guarantee. Visit Spectrum.com. Offer subject to change. Based on eligibility requirements, valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
with that array of telescopes watching everything.
What's better than peanut butter? When you combine peanut butter with the delicious bite-sized chocolate of M&M's. Take a bite of poppable peanut butter minis for a moment of delicious fun. M&M's Peanut Butter Minis, for all fun kind. Buy M&M's Peanut Butter Minis.
The company wants you
for
to be
the
an
ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase,
Master
it's a culture, and the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month when bundled, plus a 3-year price guarantee. Visit Spectrum.com. Offer subject to change. Based on eligibility requirements, valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Skipping cold and flu season is plan A. But if you do get sick, be prepared.
There we go. That's all I'm streaming for right now.